Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Doctor Who. We are in the second half of this season. And this season so far has been, I feel like there's been some stories I've really loved and others maybe I wasn't the biggest fan of, but it's kind of, I feel like how I'm going to be feeling about this season is all going to be really dependent on how these last few episodes go. I still think it's a little too early to tell. I'm really excited for the next one. Let's get into it.
Can you hear me?
Ooh. Oh my. Oh, no.
Don't struggle. They like it more when you struggle.
Ah!
Maybe I'll just nip straight to tomorrow lunchtime.
What was that?
Quiet.
Location for that noise.
It's not a good time. I got chips though.
Oh, what happened? Uh-oh, what happened?
And how's your health now, Gray? All right?
Good, Freddie boy, thanks. Very good.
How are you coping? Without Grace?
Well, I have to, don't I? You know, travelling helps, mate, doesn't it? Stops me getting stuck in the past.
Where are you? I'm coming to say hello.
Oh God, you might find just a lot of
I'm the
bodies.
doctor.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Because this one's still here.
Oh my goodness.
Leave her alone!
See here.
What the hell is going on?
I'm trapped. This is what he did to me. Help me, Graham. He's close.
What?
It's the screamer! Top-ins! Final seconds!
Ryan,
He's done it.
my dear, your friend's going through some shit right now and I need you to be aware of it.
This ain't you. Mate, you ain't been around, so don't tell me what I am.
Oh, see? Oh.
But you ain't yourself.
There you go. Come on.
I'm just finding things difficult at the moment. I've been having nightmares. Dark, messed up stuff. The guy that's in your dreams is in your room, and then you'd laugh. Look at me. I'm not laughing. Mate, I've seen some weird things while I've been away.
No, I just don't know whether an anniversary dinner. Still think about it. Do you?
Selfie movie after?
What? So you can fall asleep halfway through?
I do not do that.
Shit. There's a lot going on right now. Oh, are you in the dream? What is happening?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
What the hell? Ah! Oh, no. Ew! Why? No! What is going on? That's weird.
Did leave something
No!
behind. I knew it. This'll tell us something.
Helpful.
Go on. Do you have any idea where those planets might be?
You get me an A to Z of the universe, and I'll be able to stick my finger straight up. No, I've got no idea.
Cloud is telepathic, so.
Are you here? Is it you?
That's it. She's trapped. That's what I saw.
Have you seen this? This whole section is covered in fingers.
Oh, she's one of those curious, exploring people. Girl, oh, shit. Oh, no, oh, no.
Your worst fears, my creativity.
There she is. Oi, freakers, get away from her.
And don't you ever come sneaking back into my family's flat.
Ah!
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, there's something really creepy about that.
Nobody's coming yet.
Oh, no.
Sybil, where you been, man?
Oh.
We waited for you. You said you'd be back. And you weren't here. I thought we were mates.
Oh.
Why am I hooked up to this?
Oh, no.
Sorry to tell you, Mr. O'Brien. Your cancer's returned.
Well, no, that can't be right. I thought I had a checkup. How long have I got?
A couple of hours. Why didn't you save me?
Stop. Stop it.
Let me try again.
Now, for most people, a quantum flux lock is unbreakable. 100
Oh.
billion combinations.
Hello, Doctor.
Zelen was thought to be a god.
I blush. Eternity is long, and we are cursed to see it all. The Eternals have their games. The toy maker would approve. And I do like this form. It's so small. I've seen many races, Doctor, and the humans are infinitely fascinating. Infinitely pathetic.
Oh, that's nice.
But
Thanks.
of course you know that. The cruelty of their own minds directed towards themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I used your own technology against you.
No, Doctor. I used your instincts against you.
Shit.
This platform isn't my technology.
I don't understand. Let me make you.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Two
whoa.
creatures from another realm descended into the universe.
Oh, wow.
They saw two planets and laid a wager. Which of them could bring a planet to destruction first? The gods set to their game, sowing chaos through the populations. They set their own planets into a collision course. And at the heart of the collision, they laid a prison, vowing to return to release his eternal partner.
Wake up, Doctor. I was feeding her what she needed to stay sane. The pain of others.
Wow,
But
that's
even
nice.
gods need a helping hand, Doctor.
Earth. Let's take them all.
Yes.
Built on the lie of the timeless child.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Wow, how did that work?
There are no bogeymen. Nothing to be worried about.
Oh, this poor girl.
That's not true.
I'm that little bit smarter than you thought I was. Now listen to me. Earth is not your plaything. They live with their fears, doubts, guilts. They face them down every day and they prevail.
Oh,
That's not weakness.
I'm gonna cry.
That's strength. Why don't you show them how strong you are? Mighty Gasker.
How do you control it?
Are you confronting us?
Yeah. You immortals. Just returning your lost property. Thanks for lending a helping hand.
Really?
I can't resist.
You made my nightmares real. Now you can live with them.
We need to get this back to the monitor platform. And all those people at the TARDIS jacuzzi. Come on.
The TARDIS jacuzzi. That's where I'd want to be.
Don't make it too long.
Oh, this is cute.
I need my best mate. And there's something I need you to do for me, and you can't argue. I get down, and I shut myself off. And it's like I'm paralyzed with it. And I thought I'd try and do something about it. I went to the supermarket just so I could talk to the cashier, get back to human contact.
Oh.
But I got there, and it's those self-service checkouts. I felt like it was just me. It's not just you.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hitchhiking?
Yeah.
People are worried about you. No, they're not.
Your sister is. That's why she called us.
Oh.
This moment, where you want to run away from everyone, including yourself, is just that. A moment. Look me up in 3 years. If I'm wrong, I'll give you 50 quid. I mean, I'd say more, but the pay's rubbish. But if I'm right, you owe me 50p. Come on. Those are good odds.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this is sweet. Oh.
You won't remember me. My name's Yasmin.
Khan. I flippin' do remember you. I've
Oh.
got something for you. You want to come in?
Because once you have it, it's with you the whole time. Not quite a shadow, but well, they made me realise that the fear is still there. Yeah.
In a minute, I'll think of something that I should have said. That might have been helpful.
Okay.
I was thinking Frankenstein.
What?
Did I interrupt? Am I interrupted?
No?
Cool. You might need to change clothes. On we go.
On we go.
I love Frankenstein. Oh. So I'm not entirely sure if that means that there's going to be like a creature or species or something close to Frankenstein, or if we're gonna go see Mary Shelley. I don't know, but I'm excited. I have said this before that I'm really I love old school horror a lot, like classic horror. So I don't know. That made me excited, but we'll see. We'll see what that what's in store for next week. I loved this episode. I cried. I loved it. Okay. First of all, it's kind of really interesting that there was a story that was a bit, and there was the reference of the toy maker. And I really enjoyed the Celestial Toy Maker story because of the fact that it just seemed kind of, and this was obviously not particularly the same, but there was a lot of having, like, the companions having to work together and the toy maker being just utterly fascinated with the doctor, because literally the toy maker is bored. I'm assuming that's what the reference was in this. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was, you know, meant something else. But I love the idea of there being immortals, and they're just so bored because they're immortal, and what do they do to really make their life more interesting? And I don't know, I'm a big fan of that in general, the kind of plot line. I do like that there was such a strong focus on the companions this week. I've been really, really wanting that. I feel like a lot of, and even this episode a little bit, a lot of the episodes this season are very jam-packed. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but whether it's a lot of different characters, whether it's a lot of different places and story or whatever, there's just a lot going on in a good portion of the episodes. I would say maybe with the exception of like episode 4, not as much, but a lot of the episodes had a lot of different kind of things going on, and just makes it really busy. I think that this episode kind of had that as well, seeing as, you know, we started off with, you know, the doctor in Syria and stuff. But I did like the idea that we had a good focus on Ryan, Yaz, and Graham, and kind of delved into more of what's going on with them. Fears, past experiences, and just things like that for each of them. So we get to kind of really see their own kind of character arcs and where their mental state is at right now. And you guys know that I love that stuff. So I was really, really happy that that's what this episode was really focusing on a lot. So, something that, okay, there's just, oh my God, just so much to talk about, I feel like, with this episode. Again, I did like the villains. The finger thing was disgusting, but you know, you always leave it to Doctor Who to do something quirky. You know what I mean? I would say a being of some kind feeding off of nightmares is not, obviously it's not the most original idea ever, but I think that it was something that was very much needed for these companions. I think they're dropping a bit of hints that we might lose some, all, I don't know. And that's interesting to me. Oh man, yeah, I think that there's groundwork being laid that maybe there might be some companion exits or something. I don't know, but I'm very interested to kind of see what they're actually going to do with the last few episodes of this season. Oh boy. Okay, so something that I want to really feel it when these companions go. I want to feel sad, and I like all of them. Obviously, I really like Ryan. He's probably my favorite of the three. I relate to him a lot and all of that. Whereas you know, any of you guys, you might love Yaz, you might love Graham, or maybe none of them, or all of them, whatever. But I want to at least feel a decent amount of connection. So if they do leave, that I feel like their character arc has really paid off. Does that make sense? So I think that this was a good episode. I possibly would have liked this episode to be a little bit earlier, so we get that insight into these characters a little bit earlier on in their time with the Doctor. Does that make sense? Again, maybe none of them will leave, or, but you know, who knows? I have no idea. But anyway, and I really loved the highlight on mental health and what, you know, even when the immortal guy was talking about, you know, humans just have this sort of way of just beating themselves up with their own thoughts and feelings. And as somebody who's really struggled a lot with a lot of that stuff, particularly in recent years, it's something that just can really be consuming. You have good days, you have bad days. And I'm not somebody who really likes to talk about that stuff too much. And it's not any reason of like, I don't feel like I'm a burden. I don't feel like it's, you know, the typical reasons that people give if they don't want to talk about. It's just, it's just not something that I particularly love opening up about. But oh my Lord, Ryan's friend's story like really spoke to me. I just started crying. Oh my God. Because like a lot of one second. A lot of things that, you know, kind of that I suffer with mentally, when it comes to, there's a, okay, whew, sorry. A lot of it really gets, you get down or you feel whatever it is that you're feeling, whether it's like fears or guilt or self-hatred or, you know, whatever these feelings that kind of attack your own mental sanity, it gets so amplified when you're by yourself, which a lot of times I am, just in general. And like literally it's just so funny because like I even like I will have the same thought of like, I need to get out of the fucking house and like go buy something, whether it's at the grocery store or something. Like I need to fucking get out and like actually have human interaction with a person, even if it's only for a couple of minutes. Like I need to go buy a cup of coffee and like just whatever, because otherwise I'm just gonna sit and stew and everything is just. And I swear I say that to myself all the time. So when he said that, I just like actually lost it. Oh my God, it's just crazy. I loved, and so that just really, I really like Ryan's friend. And then we have things like everything going on with Yaz. I love that story of her really thinking that the world is crashing down, and at the time it is, and you know, in your mind and in your just every fiber of your being is telling you that this is terrible. And you know, to have just that one person that says, you know, like in 5 years will you feel like you're gonna get out of it. And honestly, whenever I get stressed and frustrated about something that maybe isn't something completely life-altering, I try to say to myself something very similar, where it's like, is this going to be that big of a deal in a year? and then you can just keep going. Is it going to be that big of a deal in 2 years? Is it going to be that big of a deal or whatever? And it kind of does help you put things in perspective when it comes to certain things that like maybe really upset you or whatever. And here's the thing, sometimes, yeah, it might actually be a big deal in a few years. Sometimes it's really going to feel maybe something pretty bad is going on, and you're worried that you're never going to get out of it, but there is a very strong possibility that you are going to get out of it. And that is what I really loved about that interaction, because it really, in that moment, Yaz is like, my life is terrible because of, kind of all that she knows is working against her. Friends at school, her grades aren't doing well, her parents don't understand her. These are all big aspects of your life, particularly when you're a teenager as well. But life changes, things change. I mean, obviously Doctor Who is you just see like a example of that, as how it's changed over the years and what's changed over the years. And I just absolutely adore the fact that they, or kind of putting a big spotlight on different types of things that you can be going through that are really tough. And they're saying it's okay to feel things. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel mad. It's okay to feel guilty. It's okay to feel what you feel. You're only human. I just really loved that whole message. And then, obviously, stuff with Graham. And I loved that there were very particular examples of people who are struggling with something, right? Because we have, obviously, Ryan's friend, who seems to be a bit in a bit of a dark place. I'm obviously not going to say exactly what is wrong, because I am not a therapist or a doctor or anything like that, but he's going through a tough time. I think I can say that, right? And maybe that's not something that you can just necessarily say what I was saying with Yaz. Oh, things will change and it'll be okay. It may not. It seems to be a very deep-seated issue. So, talking to people who go through very similar things is really important. Something with Yaz where she's just in a really, really, really tough time, but their life will change, and you may see yourself not only getting out of that tough time, but being stronger because of that tough time. And I really, really loved the focus on that. And then we have somebody like Graham, who has a fear that cancer will come back. And let's be honest, fear that it will take him over, and he won't be around anymore. He won't explore anymore. He won't, there's a lot of things that can really mess up your mind. And I actually really, really loved the idea that the doctor didn't really know what to say. Because when something that heavy, when one of our loved ones or friends or whoever is dealing with something that heavy, sometimes it's really hard to find the right thing to say. And sometimes it's just important to be there for them and let them talk and let them get out what they need to. So yeah, I really loved the focus on all of that. And the fact that, I think we all struggle with stuff at one point in our lives, or all of our lives. Sometimes it's, we're all human. we feel things. We're not perfect. And I think there's an insane pressure to be perfect mentally, in some regards, which I think is getting better. But people don't want to seem weak. They don't want to seem anything like that. So any takeaway of what I can say, and again, I'm not like a therapist or anything like that, but just one takeaway, I think if anybody watching this video is struggling or going through something, you're not alone. You're just not. I struggle. I go through a lot. I really do. And oh boy, sorry. I just want to say that, you're not alone, whatever you're going through. Don't feel ashamed of it. Just talk to somebody if you have somebody to talk to. And I don't know. I don't want to give advice that, but just know you're not alone. A lot of us struggle with a lot of things, and there's such a wide variety of things that we're all struggling with all at one time. And hopefully throughout time and through stories like this, we can all be a little bit more aware of mental health and make steps to make it so people actually do get the help that they need. I think that's the best way to put it. Sorry if I'm not being as eloquent as I normally try to be. Anyway, I really loved this episode. I can't wait for the last few episodes of the season. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.